Me, Kenya. I'm just regular old me. Your reading is very calming. I know we're about to do it right now. Taz, you've been here. You be rocking with me hard. I love that about you. Like sometimes I'll be like, where Taz at? Because sometimes it just be me and Taz, y'all. Y'all, sometimes it just be me, Taz, Queen. It'll be me, Taz, Queen, Cynthia. It'd be like five of us. We don't mind. Mm-mm. We're not bothered at all. We okay. Welcome in YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Finally, we uploaded you. Took us a little time tonight, huh? Sometimes it's still late. I'm not sure why. Welcome in. Good evening. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into our reading. And as we normally do on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we start with our meditation. Okay. So if you're just now coming in the building, if you just shared the live, we are actually going to do a weight loss meditation. Now, anytime I do a weight loss meditation with you all, please note these meditations are on my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that follow, like, subscribe button so you can get notified when I upload new ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put on our weight loss meditation, and we are going to meditate for, I usually do 3 to 5 minutes. Welcome to Weight Loss Meditation with Coach Kenya. Thank you so much for tuning in. During this meditation, we will focus on relaxation, reducing stress, helping with food noise, cravings, obsessive compulsive drives to overeat, binging, purging, and therapeutic techniques to help us relax, regain control of our thoughts, and disengage in compulsive obsessive thinking about food. Please feel free to find a quiet space, sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your hands comfortably in your lap. Place your back on the chair, and when you are ready, gently close your eyes and start by taking deep, soft, slow breaths in and out. As the body begins to relax, find yourself joining in this guided meditation. I possess greater strength than my cravings. I embrace health and harmony. I possess greater strength than my cravings. I embrace health and harmony. Food serves as my sustenance, not my solace. Food serves as my sustenance, not my solace. my body by paying attention to its genuine hunger. I respect my body by paying attention to its genuine hunger. With every thoughtful choice, I regain my strength. With every thoughtful choice, I regain my strength. With every thoughtful choice. My relationship with food is healthy. My relationship with food is healthy. My relationship with food. I nurture my mind, body, and spirit with love and purpose. I nurture my mind, body, and spirit with love and purpose. I nurture my mind, body. Each step I take is a triumph for my well-being and physical health. Each step I take is a triumph for my well-being and physical health. Each step I take is a triumph for my well-being. I deserve to live a life unburdened by the constraints of food addiction. I deserve to live a life unburdened by the constraints of food addiction. I deserve to live a life unburdened by the constraints of food addiction. I deserve to am not trapped in the restraints of dieting. I am not trapped in the restraints of dieting. I am not trapped in the restraints of dieting. I am not. I let go of guilt and shame associated with eating and welcome compassion for my journey. I let go of guilt and shame associated with eating and welcome compassion for my journey. I nurture my body with wholesome nourishment. I nurture my body with wholesome nourishment. I nurture my body with wholesome nourishment. I take charge of my choices. Food serves as my nourishment, not my ruler. I take charge of my choices. Food serves as my nourishment, not my ruler. Take a deep breath in. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And release for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep breath in. Hold it. Blow it out. Another deep inhale. Hold it. Exhale. And when you're ready, set your intentions for the day and return to present. Have a beautiful and blessed day. May all your cravings float away. How can you give yourself a break that where you've been asking for it, where you've needed it? Like maybe you actually need to take a day off. Maybe like you need that, right? Maybe you can't just overlook it anymore. And so I encourage you to do just that, okay? So I encourage you today, as our reflection, we always have a reflection. Our reflection for today is to do something for your mind or your body that it's been asking for, okay? Um, oh, you are so welcome, my love. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you. I appreciate you, Taz. You always have my back. I told you it's like 15 or 20 of y'all always here. So I always feel like we doing it together. I always feel like, okay, when my girls are in here, we good to go. All right, so now we're going to go over to our Melanie Beattie reading. Sometimes we found that Melanie Beattie's reading actually directly correlates. We don't know how. It actually directly correlates with what I talk about. Now, I don't read her reading without you guys because it kind of runs out of I think it's dirty. Or the light or something's washing me out. Oh, it's the light. It's all the lights on. Okay, I don't have time to do that. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? All right. We are on October the 18th, which means this book is almost done, which means we've been reading this one book for a whole year. So I need you to pat yourself on the back. If you've been showing up even 4 or 5 days in a row, hi, Susan, you truly got to love on yourself because you've been doing something consistently for you. Okay? All right. Today, Melanie Beattie says, trust the morning. I arrived in Sedona late at night after 10 o'clock. Motel offices were closed everywhere I went. The signs flashed no vacancy. I hung around the convenience store for a while trying to figure out what to do. Having second thoughts about spontaneity and trusting the universe, I regretted not having an itinerary. I was too tired to drive much longer. I no longer cared if my journey was magical. It was back to basics. I wanted to sleep in a bed that night. I bought the daily paper and spotted an ad for a lodge. I called the number, but no luck. I got in my car wondering what to do. On the edge of town, I saw a motel with lights on in the office and a person behind the desk. I went inside and pestered the girl and behind the desk for help. She finally relented, telling me of a little known hotel about an hour away. She lived close by, she said. I could follow her there. An hour later, I gracefully checked into a room. I couldn't find the heat, but I did have a bed, pillow, and blanket. The next morning, I discovered I was standing on the edge of a dry, dusty golf course. The area was surrounded by low, barren hills, barely covered with shrubs. I headed to the car. I headed the car towards Sedona, still tired, still wondering why I was there. My car rounded a curve. Suddenly, I was surrounded by spiraling mesas shaped by nature into forms of bells, cathedrals, and carved towers reaching to the sky. The sunlight danced on on the rusty red sculptures, lighting them with an orange yellow glow. I smiled at the breathtaking view, grateful that the experience had unfolded as it had. Sometimes the darkness and loneliness of might, sometimes the darkness and loneliness of night make the color and beauty of the sunrise and the day all the much more beautiful. Contrast is an important part of creativity. Our creator knows that. So does our heart. Things look different in the morning. Trust that the morning will come. That is so true because sometimes you'll be so stressed out at night. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for the like and the love. Listen to this. It's just fell in my spirit. That at first I didn't get the reading. I was struggling a little bit and then I was like, I get it. All she's saying is trust in the morning. Sometimes we'll worry about something all day. Night falls, everything's closed, and we stay up all night worried. But there's nothing you can do about it. So all she's saying, and I agree, is trust the morning. Because in the morning, the sun will rise, another beautiful view and opportunity will present itself, and you'll have a chance to show up and to make it happen. So no matter what you're worried about right now, if you're late on a bill, struggling about a relationship, someone's not feeling well, someone's sick, if you've done all you can do right now, you've put in all the work, Instagram, you showed up in all the places you can, TikTok, to Facebook, you put in the work, you've done the best you can do with what you have. If you've done all that you can, it says trust the morning. And that feels so good. Like, trust the morning. I can do that. I can do that. I can actually do that. I can simply trust the morning. How about you? I can simply know that anything that wasn't handled today, that maybe my Father in heaven got to work out another plan and he can handle it tomorrow. But what I know is I don't have to give up. Hi, Polly. I know I don't have to quit. I know I don't have to, it doesn't have to be my end. Wow. Thank you, Melody Beatty. Man, that woman, if you're wondering what that book was we just read, let me show you. The link is in my bio. I love this book. It's a daily devotional. It's dated. You can read it over and over and over. For some reason, I've had this book for years, and every time I read through it, I experience something different. The blessing is different. The growth is different. Hi, Yolanda. The it's a whole different vibe. It's different. Yeah. So when my team and I decided to read it for a whole year straight, I thought, oh, I know my mindset's going to change. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm still struggling. I am. I'm having some like exhaustion or something sometimes. I don't know. I figure it out. But like today, I guess I must have been tired from working all week because today I just knew I was going to get a whole bunch of stuff done. But I only got like 5 things done when I wanted to get like 50, right? But it also sounds spiritual. Yeah, it is. Because it feels like it truly allows you to kind of tap into your higher power. And Melanie Beatty is definitely about that life. She's definitely about that life, yeah. She's definitely. Like, I've never really known her to not be about kind of this, because she has other books. She also wrote the book, Time to Do My Happy Dance, My Happy Dance, My Happy Dance. Do my happy dance all the day long. I'm excited to sometimes I don't be wanting to do it. And you know what I tell myself recently? It's just like Monday, I think Monday, that's the days you do it. The days you don't, you want to do it, post the video. The days you don't want to do it, that's the days you do it. It means somebody needs to see you. You know? Because sometimes I be tired. I'm tired too. But I realize that I don't just do what I do for other people, I do it for me. So I can't ever get too tired because then I'm not showing up for me. Y'all with me? GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, we having church and we ain't going nowhere. Any questions tonight? Y'all know we back at this thing tomorrow. So tomorrow, you guys, it's gonna go like this. I actually have a 5 o'clock, a 6 o'clock, and a 7 o'clock. You're my 7 o'clock. So it's thank you, Queen. So it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Y'all know it's possible that I might have to go live early for this tomorrow. So be looking for me earlier because I might have to go live earlier, and maybe we could spend a little more time together and do questions and answers because I don't want to be up all night. Okay. I want to start going to bed and not working all into the evening hours. And I can't do that if I don't start putting boundaries on myself, locking it in. So this is me locking it in on myself, okay? Everybody in agreement? My time zone, it's 8:09 here, beautiful. Where are you guys at? What y'all times looking like? Hi, Alicia. Hi, user 112. Cynthia. Hey, boo. I just met, what everybody I mentioned. Yes, I'm in AZ too. Everybody I mentioned, Cynthia, TR, Queen, Taz, y'all came in the building. I mentioned y'all before y'all even got here. And then boom. $10. Okay, Dallas is in the building. Let's go. I just mentioned you, and then you came in here. I know it's good. I have no. You guys, one thing about me is no matter how hard it gets for me to do this business and what I offer to women and the freedom they're able to get, I'm not going to quit because I know how powerful what God is doing in people's lives through this company. I know that because I continue to be obedient and to stay humble and to keep my ego out of the way, that women are getting free. I know that women are finding stuff they couldn't even get access to from little old me. Little old me and my team are out here literally changing lives all over this country. And we're doing it quietly and peacefully because we don't think it needs to be a big to do. We think people should be able to have a health and weight loss transformation. And if they wanted the world to know, they can. If they don't have to. You know, that's it. That's all. We validate all journeys. We don't pick. We don't decide because you had the surgery, you're more important than the person that they used the injection. We don't pick. Because what have y'all don't realize people that had the surgery use the injection too. People that had the surgery take pills. So let's be real here, okay? So chill out with that. And let's all be in one community. And if you can't find one that's healthy, safe, and mentally appropriate and emotionally stable, then mine is. To do it when we don't want to. Yep, you do it when you don't want to. People say do it when you want to. No, you do it when you don't want to because that's when you want to do it. The motivation is there. The willingness is there. It's when you don't want to do it. That's when you want to hide the bullish. Sorry, you guys. Sometimes my screen will freeze over here. I have to change the setting. Welcome in. Thank you for joining my fan club. Thank you for getting your heart me. I appreciate you. We have, let's see. I have 2.5K likes. We appreciate it. We're setting almost at 3,000. Let's go. Let's go. We take it. We take it. Any questions on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook before we log off? No? Okay. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow. Same wacky place, but possibly a different time, only because we have a challenge going on right now. So if you didn't join the 100 and 100, even though you may not be eligible to win the cash, you can still join us. I'll be willing to send you the link to help you get started because it has been phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to, you know what? I feel like you had to join to learn about it because, baby, when I tell you, we are having a blast. Okay, you know what? I told you I was going to miss out on something powerful. Nobody wants to listen to me. So anyway, we over there having fun and getting healthy and healing ourselves and bringing God up in there. So just in case, welcome in, Gyro Juices. Just in case, I'm the moderator. Ah, Mary Poppins. Thank you. She was a beautiful soul. So just in case you might want to feel better, do better, be better. And I'm not talking about just in your mind, I'm talking about in your body. If you are on the GLP-1 and you're struggling with symptoms and stuff and you need a coach and meal plans and workouts, we do that. If you had the surgery struggling with your food intake, your protein absorption rate, we do that. Because what we learned is that it shouldn't matter what method that you've chosen to get healthy. What should matter is that there's resources for you to get what you need done and do it without killing yourself, without putting yourself at risk, without putting yourself in a health risk, a further health risk, right? It's like going from being big and sick to being skinny and broken. Like, what? No. So I think people deserve and have a right to have access to the information that's already readily available. It's just not all in one place. So my team and I decided to do just that. Give you exactly what science says you need to be successful, all in one place. And they did the research studies on many of these procedures that they offer for weight loss and wellness. They studied it, and the people participating, there were certain things that they had consistently during those trials that made them successful. Well, my company's been around for 11 years doing those very things that make you successful. And now that we've been blessed with this opportunity where people who need it can have an injection, when you put those two together, you have a power packed powerhouse. I myself bring in that therapeutic component that many people have been missing for years. Many people have needed food rewiring for their whole life practically since they were young kids. But they didn't know that because this is not things that are really naturally discussed because we only discuss obesity in a medical way. We don't discuss it in a mental health way because most people can't stand on that platform. They don't have the knowledge. How can you stand and talk about mental health disorders if you don't have the educational background to do so? You can make assumptions based on your own, but the reason why it's not always brought together is because people don't have the educational knowledge to bring them together. Does that make sense? Did I miss a comment, baby? Does that make sense? So it's like because I spent almost 20 years working with SMI patients studying pedophilia and behavior modifications, and my specialty is behavior modification and professional counseling. When you take those same therapeutic techniques such as CBT, EBT, EFT, tapping, breath work, mirror work, behavior modification such as taste aversion, chewing aversion, NLP, those things actually give people this kind of freedom in their mind. This is why you have a lot of people talk about, I'm losing the weight, but something's not right with the way I think, right? It's because what's happening is as the weight is removing itself, you're starting to see that there's something a little bit bigger than my PCOS happening, right? But if you've never been exposed to what can be going on mentally, how do you know what to go ask for? How do you know what questions to go seek? Even all the way down to why your metabolism may not be working. If we lack the knowledge and the information in generational, cultural, and environmental obesity, then we're not able really to go give our health professionals the ample amount of information they need to be successful for us. They're practicing, so are we. But remember, if we're practicing together and we're on a team and I have all the information and you only have a little, then everything you do is going to have a jaded or limited capability in my life. The way I change that is by I become as smart and as knowledgeable in my own stuff. I sink or swim. I become knowledgeable and smart within my own stuff. And when I'm working with medical professionals, I'm not leaving out relevant information such as stressors, environmentally related to why I may be an emotional eater. I can't go to the doctor and complain about eating, gaining weight, and the weight not coming off if I'm not telling him that I'm emotionally overeating every night in front of the TV after work because I'm stressed out. Because I'm not giving him the most important information, which is that I'm emotionally overeating. I'm painting a picture to my doctor that the concern and issue that's taking place in that very moment, okay, thank you, is related to this medical concern. This is why I Rise Inc. Transformation Coaching Firm, this is why we locked arms with the partnership and became a medically supported community. This is why thousands of women are getting the help that they couldn't get. So it's not just about providing that medical supported weight loss, it's providing it with an intensive therapeutic basis, allowing people to have emotional growth, mental transitioning into something more profound that can be sustainably maintained long term. It's about having a new emotional lifestyle transformation, changing the way we process information, emotions, and looking at the root cause of how chewing ever became an issue for us. Right? Because if we know better, we can do better. If we know better, we can do better. If I don't know that my chewing addiction is related to my childhood trauma, and that's often triggered by adult emotions, then how can I chop it in half? I can shield it, shut it down, and quieten it, but it's always going to find a way back if it's attached to my emotions, let's say, of feeling abandoned and lonely. So every time I feel a sense of abandonment and loneliness, I may have a desire to emaciate, chew, to calm emotional anxiety, release the hormones, the endorphins, calm the body. You following me? Are we together? We're on the same page? All because of something that may have initiated without my knowledge. Okay. 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 You stepping all on my toes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sunday nights is supposed to be a really short live, right? I'm supposed to hop on. Saturdays is supposed to be like this 30-minute self-care where we're talking about all these things and giving ideas and stuff about how we're going to be doing this self-care. And here I am giving a whole environmental, I'm giving a whole generational cultural and environmental obesity seminar on how to become, because people think you have to be heavy to have obese tendencies. People think that you have to be obese in order to have food addiction or eating disorders, and these are all not true. Have proven, as we've seen this epidemic to be false. We've seen that food addicts tend to be obese, whereas people with food disorders tend to be thin. But what we're seeing now is that there's a mixture. You actually have people who are chronically obese who suffer from bouts of severe anorexia nervosa, that based on the theory that if I starve myself, weight loss is going to equate A. And then you have individuals who have symptoms of purging, vomiting, binging in cycles. So for years, we thought that only a certain look had these issues. But what we're learning is the lines are becoming more and more blurred. We're seeing that individuals not only may not express obesity in terms of size, but can have the same obsessive compulsive cravings, desires, and overwhelming natures to chew, eat, and emaciate consistently to calm the body, right? So, why is mindset important? Well, heck, I just told you, clock that T, okay? That's why iRise Transformation Coaching Firm is the place you want to be, okay? It's a place you want to be because no matter what tool you've chosen, what we do over here is what we need to succeed long term, because mindset is relevant. I don't care how much you want to shut it down, right? Because what we see is self-belief, self-willingness. Those things are very more relevant than we want to talk about. Because people say, I just need to stay motivated. No, you need to stay willing, okay? Hear me when I say that. You must stay willing. It's not motivation gets you started. Willingness will keep you doing. You must be willing to get up every day. You must be willing to not eat that snack. You must be willing to say no. You must be willing to say yes. You must be willing to do it when you don't. You see, you must be willing. And we get willingness and motivation confused because you hear somebody talk to you and they get you revved up and they get you going, and then you get home and you do nothing, because you didn't cut your willingness on. And see, willingness falls right in line with this thing called self-belief. Because see, if I have some belief that what I'm doing is going to equate something, then I'm going to be more willing to make it happen. Okay, I ain't going to do it tonight. I'm going to leave y'all alone. Yes, you have to be willing. Because think about it. If motivation is all we needed to stay consistent at something, then that means we would never stop anything. Because there's tons of motivation. There's hundreds of millions of thousands of YouTube channels on motivation videos. You can go anywhere and get motivated. You can look at a baby, learn how to walk and be motivated. So if it was motivation, then we'd all be reaching goals all the time at all moments in our life. So this is when we get to kind of break it down and say, I will be following because the willing is my problem. Come on in, baby. I got you. I got you right back. I'll follow you on both. Well, willingness was my problem. I didn't know there was a difference. I didn't know there was a difference until people kept saying to me, but coach, I can get started, but I can't stay. And I say, well, what do you mean? And then I start relating it to myself, like, okay, get started, but I can't stay. And then I start thinking, how did I stay consistent? And I start remembering days when I didn't want to get up at all, but I would drag myself out of the bed and I'd make myself do it no matter what. And I would tell myself, do you want this or do you want that bed? And the willingness of me not wanting to be in that bed. See, what happens is there's two forms of willingness you tend to adapt when it comes to your wellness. There's a willingness to ensure that no habits that got you where you used to be come back in full force and overtake you. And then there's a willingness to stay open enough to pursue a new version, a new mentality, a new pursuit of who you can become. Right? So there's two, this willingness, they're working together. One is keeping you from being backstairs, and the other one's keeping you going forward. Okay. So having those both actively playing a role in your journey, chef's kiss. Now, what happens is many of us, our self-belief is low. Because did you know in order to be willing to do something, you have to believe you can do it? Oh man, now we about to get into something. You know, I do a seminar on this one right here. I have some business people that pay. They pay a lot of money for this one. It's serious. It's serious. Did you know that if I don't believe I can do something, where am I get the willingness from? If I believe and if I've told myself for the last 5 years I'm supposed to be fat, then I don't believe I can be skinny or healthy in that manner. So how can I stay motivated when I don't even have the belief system in my brain that I'm capable of achieving it? So I'm staying motivated on a lie. You can't. Eventually the lie dies out. You learn a lot from it. Well, thank you. Think about it. The only way I can stay in a state of willingness is I must have a belief within myself that I'm capable of doing what I'm working toward doing. Even if it's a mustard seed, I must have a belief system somewhere within me about me that tells me I'm capable of doing the me thing. I have to. Where'd I get it from? So I have to already have a sense of I'm possible. It's possible for me. If my mindset has been beaten and brutalized, I'm not going to have a lot of self-belief. Self-confidence and self-belief ain't the same thing. That's the other problem. We think because we confident in the clothes we wear that we believe that we're capable of achieving our goals. If that was the case, then why you always cute but your goals ain't accomplished yet? Hold that for me. I'll be back. I need a cracker. I said what I said. I'm back. I said what I said. And I meant it. You see how cute I am? That's me. Do you not see how cute I am behind you? And wasn't reaching nobody goes, but I was cute though. Couldn't breathe, back hurting. Couldn't wipe my butt. Had to stand up and bend over to wipe my butt. It had gotten so big, baby. It was hard on her for a parent. I was cute though. I'm just telling you the truth. I ain't gonna get on her and lie. I ain't got time for it. I don't care how much you used to, if you knew me before, how much I told you I love being big. It was hard. I do not care what I told you when I was big. It was hard. It was hard. And there were things I was experiencing that I never felt safe or comfortable telling nobody with my body. Like sometimes it's just like you was waking up struggling to breathe, just felt suffocate, like it was suffocating to death. You know? Hi, Justin. So today, to not wake up like that, to like I hop out of the bed. I'm active. Like I do that thing. Like I'm really active. Like I don't just hike. I hike. I bike. I trail. I swim. I do it all. All of it. Go to the gym. I can lift weights. I can hit train. Whatever you're doing, I can do. You flipping tires, I'm flipping tires. Uh-huh. I believe I can do anything you can do. You know them girls that swing on the pole? I believe I can do that. That's why I take both pole dancing classes, because I can believe I can do it too. It don't, I believe in my head it look just like you. Yep. I believe in my head it look like you, so it don't matter. Yep. I believe in my head that what I'm doing look just like you. Even though I know in real life it don't look like you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that's how far my self-belief has come. If there's something I want to try, I'm going to try. I'm going to Pilates. I don't care if I'm the only girl in there with loose skin. I don't care. Stir me. It's less stirring. I got to do it myself. I'm not worried about my arms. If you worried about my arms, I'm not worried about my arms. But if you're worried about my arms, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you for worrying about something that I don't have to worry about. Thank you. Because, baby, I worry, okay? And to know that you're willing to worry for me and I don't have to, thank you. Thank you. And I'm not trying to be mean or funny. I'm dead serious. I ain't worried about it. Because if you read my story, you know I have a blood condition. If I get any of my skin removed, I'm going to die. You think I'm willing to die with vanity? I already tried to die with vanity. That's how I got as big as I did. So, no, I'm good. I'm not worried. And yep. I'm just worried about these knees. Tina, you worried about the knees ain't working good? Tina, you know when your knees are not strong, if you have like with issues, even if you get a knee replacement, you know you gotta be making sure you strengthening the stuff around the knee, the tendons and ligaments. So bending that knee, doing ankle presses and all that stuff, even when you're sitting, and definitely getting a vibration plate. Definitely, if you do not have a vibration plate from TikTok, I have one on my page that I refer my clients to get because of what it does. But listen, I'm telling you, all day, every day, get you a vibration plate. If that knee is painful, first you gotta loosen up that fascious tissue and scar tissue in that thing. You're gonna wrap it with some castor oil. You're gonna get you some Epsom salt, soak it with you're gonna get you some Epsom salt water. Okay, you're gonna make some water. It's hot water and Epsom salt. Make like a salt bath, but small. Drop you some gauze down in it, some thick gauze, because you're gonna put this on the knee. Because you're going to saturate your knee in Epsom salt and castor oil to try to pull out any inflammation or toxins or anything that's deposited itself. Our bodies is full of toxins. This can help. It helps with pain release. So you're going to wrap it with the Epsom salt, help with the inflammation. Castor oil should do its job, all right? You're going to wrap that baby up. You can use cayenne pepper and cinnamon too, but it's a whole other thing, because then you have to have it. Okay, anyway, just do this. So you're gonna wrap it up, and then you're gonna get on a vibration plate while activating the lymphatic system and having that on. You can sit down and use the plate. This is gonna help. Doing the plate and the treatment on the knee together is the power, because the plate is going to activate your lymphatic system. By that shaking, is going to be loosening it, kind of giving it a massage while the Epsom salt is being absorbed. If you have a heating pad, wrap it around it too, because the heat will help it deeper penetrate the knee. Okay? There are comments being blocked. I'm approving them as they post. Okay, thank you, sister. Okay. I missed a bunch too. Yes, a gold star for each accomplishment. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. Yes, Philippians 4:8. That's one of my faves. I'm just worried about these knees. Okay, Miss Tina, I'm telling you, Miss Tina, listen. Because Tina is what I mentioned. Is that your case? Try it. Do it 3 to 4 times a week. If it's chronic pain, if your pain is 5 and above, you're going to have to do it once in the morning and once a night if you're mobile. If you struggle with mobility, If you struggle with mobility, you might have to do it more, but I think once in the morning and once at night. And if you have an ACE bandage, you can keep the gauze on there. Just wrap it. Don't wrap it too tight to cut off the circulation, but that way it can penetrate overnight. Put a towel under your leg in the bed because the body renews itself during REM sleep. So if you sleep between 6 and 7 hours a night, then you can allow that to further kind of penetrate into your body as well as into the area when you're asleep. While the body's already naturally renewing the cells, it can all be doing stuff at the same time. Okay. Any other questions? You gather? Okay, 6.3, 6.5 likes, you guys. Thank you. You guys, hi Cheryl. How are you, beautiful? I'm sorry if it's blocking your comments. We're working on it. Do you use a size 5 or 8 weights for strength training? I use 8, 5, 8, and 10. 5, 8, and 10. Boom. As you can see, got a little muscle there. I do stuff mostly because I want to be strong enough to, like if I fall, I want to be able to get myself up off the ground. If I get sick, I want to be able to heal. So everything I do as I get older is all about my body's performance. Can it perform? Can I walk long distances? Am I out of breath when I go up and down the steps? It's yes, I want a nice body. I do a lot of squats. I'm toning my stomach. I'm toning what I got within the perimeters of the skin, right? But really what I focus on is my strength. Am I strong? Can I pack groceries? It's all about that because the thing is, one thing I couldn't do when I was big is everything was a task. If I left something on the table and had to get up and get it, it was a task. I don't want that life. If my shoes are by the chair, I want to be able to just get up and get my shoes. If I need to go in the kitchen and get some, I don't want to have to call my niece and nephew all the way from across the street to go get something if it's because I don't want to. I want it to be because I'm doing something and I can't do it. And so because that came important to me, I start focusing on how strong, how much stamina, how far I can walk, if I can run, ride a bike. Yes, I'm 47. Yes. And I can do all those things. And I couldn't do half of these things when I was 20. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hi, Sunshine. How are you? Any other questions? I need to work on that. I'm new to strength training. Yes, just start with your 5-pound weights. Now, for your upper body, so a couple moves that people mistake that are very helpful for your strength training are going to be the lateral raises because it requires you to breathe and have strength. So doing those are going to help with all of this as well as your core strength and breathing, okay? And then anything that requires you to use your breathing and overhead are important because that's going to help with stamina and endurance. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to end our backup channels. YouTube, thank you so much for rocking with us tonight. Instagram, you know you're the greatest. I appreciate you. Thank you to, I think we have 7,360 followers on YouTube. Thank you so much for rocking with us on YouTube. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having us back. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on the Insta. On YouTube. I said YouTube, I mean Instagram. On Insta, we have 7,362 followers, and I appreciate all of you all. Thank you guys for rocking with the iRash Tribe. YouTube, we have 712 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for helping us reach 700 subscribers, which we have had a YouTube channel since 2016. And baby, I think we had 5 followers for about 10 years, but never I digress. We moving forward now. Thank you guys so much for trusting me, trusting my community and my team to bring you the most powerful, impactful mindset community that exists in the United States. I'm grateful to be able to say that there aren't many programs like what I do. And I'm grateful to be one of the people that broke the ground doing it. I've now been doing it 10 years. I provide a safe daily accountability and coaching community that's held in the form of a university setting through Zoom. And so my coaching company many years ago wanted people to have real accountability. We wanted people to actually have somewhere that they reported to at a set time where they learned information, they were trained, they got fitness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that place is iRise Inc. And that's what we created. And that's what we've had now for 11 years, coming in May of 2026. So thank you guys so much for trusting us and rocking with us all these years on YouTube. Those of you who were my followers in 2016 when I only had one video, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. And for all the new, those who just found me, I'm grateful to grow and learn with you. And I pray that we're able to continue to respond to inspire each other. Have a good night, you too. God bless you. Facebook, we've been together off and on for the weather forever. Thank you so much to the iRise tribe, the iRise community, and all of you who have hit the follow, like, and share button over there. I'll see you guys as well tomorrow. God bless you. Good night. TikTok.